All is good.
All is good. Good evening and welcome to another amazing episode of Kopimi Radio with me, your host DJ Joker, and my co-host Mr. Mazanga Van Batman.
The honorable DJ Joker.
The right honorable DJ Joker.
Yes.
I am going to be playing music and sometimes talking nonsense, and Maz will be joining in from time to time with some wisdom for you all. I wonder if I can keep this accent up for the entire show. It is unlikely, but let's give it a go anyway.
Doing it like we do it, yes.
Oh dear, how are you, man?
I'm doing good. How are you? I have an eventful or uneventful weekend so far.
Well, you know, today's a great day in the UK because obviously we do everything slightly differently, and today in the UK is Father's Day. And it's always useful when you have 3 kids. Yes, score.
Yeah, right. So T-shirts were available on the download, and we got another T-shirt that says what? World's Greatest Father or something like that.
I've got a whiskey glass that says #1 Dad or something.
Nice. That's showing some understanding that whiskey, you know.
Exactly.
That's what does it. I totally agree.
It was semi-coordinated, I think, because one of them did get me a bottle of whiskey as well. So score.
Ooh, so they're like, ooh, good dad.
But also I got some PlayStation controller peripherals things which will allegedly make my gameplay better, but I think it's unlikely. But it's nice they're thinking of me. That's all.
And this is for the man who plays games with languages, or have we like upgraded to more deviant gameplay?
No, we're still learning. We're still learning in a big way. Dear. Anyway, so it is Sunday. We've just gone past 7 o'clock mark this is what we do every single week. Play
That's
music.
how time works.
No, we're not there yet. Not quite. I'm not jumping that one straight in. That's later on. Maybe time doesn't work like that. Maybe we'll talk about how time is relative.
We could have a 2-hour discussion just on that alone.
Yeah, moving clocks go faster than the clocks that sit still. It's been proven.
Yes, and the faster you go, the faster your clock goes too. So
anyway, so we're going to be playing music, talking nonsense. We're going to do the usual things. We're going to tell you how time works, because that's what we do. We're also going to tell you what I watched on telly this week, which is an interesting one.
Because that's what you do.
That's what I do. Oh, bugger, I've just realised, sorry. This is all supposed to be with a wonderful, fantastic bed of music underneath it for our introduction. I would say let's start again, but we're live, so let's just...
It's always like that at the beginning, you know, rough waters, we just got the boat in the water and we'll see how it goes, yes.
Exactly. See, but
we have our iceberg alert system functioning, so it should all be good.
Iceberg ahead. So anyway, on the laptop, I'm running at 100% disk capacity right now. Who knows why? But I am, apparently.
Somebody's been downloading some collections of delectable tunes. I would think.
No. Basically, according to Task Manager, for those of you who are interested, I know you are. Windows System Protection background tasks are running 3 times in a row. I have System running 3 times in a row. Some kind of antivirus. Service host, apparently I'm connected devices platform user service. I'm doing some of that right now as well. See, this is what we like to share with you guys.
Shots, man.
Yeah.
Ever since them shots, Bill Gates have been going crazy in your computer. I do not understand this.
I know he's Bill is active in my ports. That's He just gets his way in there, and next thing I know, he's all up.
Certificates and everything. He's all up in there.
He's all up in my ports. And I've said no, but apparently I have to have these downloads whether I want them or not.
Well, I mean, appropriately, they're always downloaded at the right time. That would be Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the day I turned the computer on, I've discovered that there's a correlation going on here.
That's a common. Yeah, you should turn it on a day before maybe and get rid of that stuff.
30 seconds to tell everyone how to get in touch this evening.
Well, you too can get in touch with me and the one and only awesome DJ Joker. You could shout us out on Twitter, which would be @RealDJJoker. or at Mazanga. You could say hello to us on the YouTube, or you could even stop by our Discord chat, which the link is in the description and in the show name.
There you go.
And we will reply.
We will.
Generally do.
We'll say hello.
Absolutely.
If you say hello to us, we will say hello back, because that's
We
the kind
say
of
hello
people
back.
we are.
Yes,
believe.
and I even have a hello from during the week we have to say back when we say back our hellos.
There you go. This is what makes us feel so good, which links us in nicely to Spacemen 3 in a track called Feel So Good.
Feel so good.
So there you go, feeling so good with 3 spacemen. That's a bit of a weird statement to make, isn't it?
Who would have thought, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't know. You know, that Russian actress that went into space to do a movie, you might have felt good with Svetlana. Not bad nurse.
Was that a real film? Are you sure that was
Yes, they brought the director, an actress, and an astronaut up to the space station a couple of months ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, wow.
I remember my timeline correctly.
That's impressive.
And yeah, they popped them up there for a little bit of filming and back down to the ground.
Blimey. The
Space
things we
tourism,
can
I
do.
think
The things we can do now that we could only
and we
have
still
dreamed
kill
of.
people for oil, and we still kill people for cheap oil, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, at the
Crazy.
not
not
moment,
that I personally do, but there are governments in this world that do that.
well, governments, I think general population at the moment would kill for cheap oil. I don't think it's
Well,
it's not just governments
but it's
anymore.
a literal thing. Today's way of doing stuff. You know what I mean?
Indeed, the price of oil is remarkable.
Absolutely.
Actually, here's an interesting fact. The price of oil hasn't actually changed. It's just the duty that's been added to it. I mean, that's the
There
thing.
you go.
Hello.
Someone's making money.
Did you see Sleepy Joe this week falling off his bike? Because it's the best thing. You got Joe
Sleepy
Biden.
Joe.
Biden.
Oh no! But funny enough, yesterday I was going through some legal stuff, and all of a sudden I see a picture of Joe Biden fell off his bike. I'm
Yeah.
like, what the heck? They let him ride a bike?
It's on
Why don't
video
they
and
give him
everything.
a motorcycle, and maybe we'll just end it. You
Dude,
know
this
what I
is
mean?
brilliant. You'll love this, all right? So right, okay. So when I used to fall off my bike, normally it was because I was going so fast, I'd misjudge something, and then literally you crash, burn on the floor. That's how you fall off your bike, okay?
Yeah.
Not Joe Biden. Joe Biden comes to a complete standstill, looks left, looks right, and then his bike. I'll do my best here, okay? His bike does this.
You know what?
Ow.
Joe probably forgot to take his feet off. He thought, you know what I mean? Like,
Where am I?
that's not a good sign for a president to forget
Well,
to take your feet off your bike. I mean, oh yeah, I have people that do that for me. What do you mean, take my feet off?
Yeah, I mean,
Where's the Secret Service? God damn it! You know, the pavement. You know,
there must have been a
Joe
split
Biden.
second in his head where he was kind of like, why is the earth moving?
Well, why is it moving sideways? You know, it should be moving.
I wonder if he had one of those moments where
front to
he's like,
back.
oh, I don't remember getting on this bike. Where am I?
Where did I come from? Where did I come from? Where am I going?
Oh my
What's my
God.
name?
What's my name? Joe!
Joe
Biden.
Who's that? Who's that?
He's got Joe and
What,
Biden
you
written on both hands. Like, I'm Joe!
So what? We
Biden.
gotta get a picture up of Biden full now on the thingy.
Biden full.
That wouldn't go too good. You're making political statements. You know what I'm saying? That's like either that or get him laying down on the bottom of the screen on his bike. That would be a good one.
I bet
on his bike on his side.
I bet somebody's got it. I bet in the next 5 minutes somebody will stick it into the Discord chat for us just because they can. And if they can't, I'm sure I can. In the background,
right, nail bomb.
we've been playing Let It Rip by Bass Influence. And now we're going to play the Guinness track, which has got nothing to do with the drink, by Dave Charlesworth, because I can and I will.
Keep it going now.
So yeah, there you go. If you've just been watching the Discord chat, you can see a picture of Sleepy Joe. Literally, for some godknown reason, just stops and goes, "What's a bicycle? Where am I? Oh no, that's the floor." What that video doesn't show you is that all of a sudden, all these Secret Service guys come out like with guns and stuff, going, "Get away from the president!" And they basically told the floor off, and the floor is now in custody.
I'm surprised they didn't like gather the floor up and arrest it and put it in the back of the paddy wagon.
Oh dear!
They like to do that. Hey, I've seen it done. You know. Oh,
what have you been watching?
The road is black.
Have you been watching old 70s crime films with Irish American?
I've been watching No Questions About It. Watch the police, and that's the way, you know. Yeah, you're
wasn't that
like the road.
Dude,
gather you up. And take you to
it
the
wasn't
station.
that. It was because you referenced the paddy wagon. That was the thing that got me. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm just thinking of the Keystone Cops and the Buster Keaton police wagon, kind of paddy wagon, kind of Joker cops kind of thing going on. You know.
Let me just for a second, if I may. Yes, here we are in 1937. Some very bad people are up to doing things today. They were able to get hold of the man, and they put him into the back of a paddy wagon. And that's where they'll spend the night now in the local jail until they come out tomorrow, and where the judge will probably want to prosecute them for some kind of wrongdoing. You're watching Panama News, and for your 24-hour news services.
Anyway, or have a chicken crow at the end or something like that.
You got it, man. You got it. You got it.
I got you in the beginning with the paddy wagon. Yeah. And the only reason it's called paddy wagon is because Paddy was arrested too many times, and they called that over his name. Yes.
There you go. There you go. Anyway, that's the Guinness track by Dave Charlesworth. We are having fun. Great things to look forward to, of course. We'll be talking about what I've watched. And I have watched some things this week. I actually just watched something before I came on air, but I haven't got enough prep to talk about that, so I'm saving that one for next week. But I've got
storing up content for the show.
Exactly. But I have watched a couple of things. Something just to remind you guys of, and also something relatively new as well, and also how difficult it is to do a write-up about a film that you've watched when there are several other films already existing with the same name. It doesn't make it easy, just saying, internet.
What a conundrum right there, I'm telling you.
Exactly.
What a conundrum.
Anyway, 7:45, all will be revealed, and then we will move on for the rest of the show at that point. In the meantime, can you feel me? Because if you can, Drew Down knows all about that with his track, Can You Feel Me?
I don't know, I can't get past the wall, man. I can't get past the wall.
Yeah, that's because I don't want you feeling me, basically. Get in touch in Discord, guys. Our very good friends are over there. Nelbomb's over there. He's making things happen. So yeah, let's see some of these. Let's see some of these memes. Let's see what you're all about today.
You are listening to DJ Joker, and he's playing music.
And we're back. We've been talking about heart transplants because that's what we do.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, interesting story about a helicopter that had a replacement heart, and it crashed in the top of the hospital. So the hospital guy comes up, he crawls into the helicopter, he gets inside, and then basically, as he's carrying the heart in its like little container, he only goes and trips over and drops the heart on the middle of the runway, and it's just kind of, God hates that man. Whoever that heart was for, God was basically going, no.
I hope the link works in the Discord and the movie pops up. That would won't.
No.
All right.
Is it not doing it?
No, the Discord doesn't like do those Facebook things. That's kind of funny, actually.
It doesn't like it. Computer says no.
No, it doesn't like Facebook. No, it'll always give you a login page. Because again, Facebook probably works. If you're not logged in, you can't even see Facebook.
Very true. Very true.
Unlike the Google experience, so-called.
Well, everything's connected these days. I don't know why they make it so bloody difficult, quite frankly.
Cookies are different than actual attributes of play, but maybe, I don't know, maybe one of the bots might be able to play I kind of doubt that even. YouTube, yeah. Facebook, not so much.
Yeah. I'm trying to access it myself, and I've got the spinning wheel of death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good change. It's a nice change, though.
Yeah.
Spinning wheel of death.
I'll come back to that in a second, I think.
The spinning wheel of buffer.
I mean, it's so bad that my Discord is like 19 messages behind. I do love the Disney Animal Kingdom picture that's just been cropped just right. That's funny. That is.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. The Winnie the Pooh.
Anal King. I've always approved of pictures like that, and
That's
we're gonna
weird.
do the police more. We're gonna try and get like mugshots of the police by their cars, and we're just gonna have it, move back to cover the PO and just leave it as lice.
I had a great idea earlier, and if I have time, I will follow it through. I had a great idea. I was gonna dub over the responses to no questions on his video when he's talking to policemen.
That would be a trip.
Yeah, I really need that video without the music on of the last one, because the one where he says, if you speak to me respectfully, then I'll have a conversation with you in an American accent.
Yeah.
And then no question gives it the old up yours, copper. How about that?
Yeah,
interestingly enough, I had to mark last week's show as NS FM. So normally you'd have not safe for work, and make sure it doesn't go on the work computers. Well, that one's been diagnosed as NSFM, which is not safe for mum. So I'm not sharing that particular episode with mum.
Give it to me. I'll do a quick audio edit. Yeah, and make all the dirty words louder. Yeah, so she doesn't miss them. Behave. No, not a problem. Not a problem.
But yeah, so.
But it was a very interesting show, and it is an interesting topic: freedom of speech. And
yes.
Again, in the UK, even with freedom of speech, a cop will try and, you can't call a cop a name. Because they'll just falsify charge. No, actually,
I forget what they call it. They call it like it's like a section 23 or a section 24 or something, and then they can get you arrested for it's, in their words, it's breaching the peace, but you're not really. But
well,
in their mind, they are.
The whole thing about breaching the peace, it's breaching the peace would be something that you do that incites an immediate violent action. So they could say breaching the peace all they like. Mm-hmm. They are not allowed to be a complainant on any breach of anything. So they have to get a member of public to complain to the police to actually make it a legal thing. And this is the funny thing, that people don't know that, and then they're like, "Oh, excuse me, Mr. Officer," I do know that, in my opinion, always works, because you have your basic human right for an opinion.
There, in my humble opinion, I think you're an asshole, sir.
Absolutely, and that. Yeah, sure. They might do a lot of noise and stuff, but again, you could get a couple of £1,000 compensation for the arrest and shit, like the unlawful arrest.
Well, we were just
again, it has to be lawful. This is the point of the exercise. It has to be lawful.
Well, we were just talking about this off air, weren't we, about the lawyers who got arrested, and the lawyer basically looks up and goes, "You really want to arrest 2 lawyers? Okay, here we go."
Because again, they have a lot of issues on him being in the legal agenda. Because again, a lawyer's word is always better than a cop's word, but not as good as a judge's word, which is like, and a citizen's word, it's like the lowest thing that you can possibly do.
Sure.
So again, yeah, you don't want to mess with lawyers, because whatever the lawyer says, it will be truthful in his eyes, right? And the cop has a real problem with it in court. That is the one situation that a cop will always have a problem with in court.
That's mad, but I loved it. I loved it. Thought it was good.
It says a lot, about the society that we live in, that a policeman threatens to, arrest 2 lawyers that are holding their clients' data.
Yeah.
It was all about a telephone.
But even that itself, I mean, that's what really got me, because I thought this is really quite clever, because they basically did this thing where the defendant passed his phone to his lawyer, and his lawyer gave it to the lawyer's assistant, who then put it in her, I'm going to say handbag,
in her bag.
but attaché case, or whether it was. And of course, the warrant they had was to search him the defender, and his car.
Yeah, exactly.
But not the lawyer. And so the lawyer's going,
No.
well, you can't look in there because it's got nothing to do with it. And he was right, because guess what? He used his super lawyer powers to prove he was right.
That's the law again. Yes, yes. You know, again, also, I could say the same thing about No Questions. His telephone got stolen by the police.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not allowed to. The phone was not in any crime. He even got a statement from the cop the next day that the cop doesn't even know if he broke the law or not. But yet he got arrested for doing absolutely nothing unlawful. You know, this is what I'm saying. So yeah, the cop will be a cop and do the wrong thing, always. And this is why we never need police to help us whenever we're in trouble.
The crazy thing, though, was he was taking in his mind good, solid advice from like the court or prosecuting court, wasn't it?
The city lawyer, probably.
Yes, his lawyer. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
He didn't even call, but generally they'll call the city lawyer, and the city lawyer is like, "You don't got no rights." And again, these are the type of people that we employ. You know. Even under the United Nations, I think you have Article 19, you got Article 5. You have a whole lot of articles that say, you know, to express yourself, and you can hold an opinion and transfer that opinion through any viable media, regardless of borders. It's kind of press, right? You know? So, very basic, but again, the stupidity of the people who are in the system. Well, I wouldn't even call it surprising, because you have to have a certain mental box to even work for a government or the system or the police or something like that.
Exactly. I'll tell you what, though. Whilst I'm playing the Ragged Twins Wipe the Needle, it leads us into really nicely into Suspicious Minds.
Ooh, Wiping the Needle, Suspicious Minds.
Yeah, which, you know, maybe these things are connected. Who knows?
Can't make it. Playlists are always connected. We learned that before.
Are you ready for music? Then you're ready for DJ Joker.
You know, I do like this track. It's called Don't Be Afraid. It's by Speed. And it's got this kind of underlying dancehall ragga thing going on, but also these really nice melody and kind of piano things going on as well.
Yes, I agree with you. Very, very well built, musicality-wise.
Yeah, it has many layers, like an onion.
True that, and yet does not sting the eyes.
No, only if you get cut, then it will sting the eyes.
Yeah, really.
Right. Okay.
So always remember to clean the needle so you don't get cut.
Yes, those are all valid things, I suppose. I don't know.
Past associations with songs.
Okay, so don't be afraid, Maz. It's all about speed, but we're going to find out what I have been watching this week. I know.
Oh, nice. What has Joker been watching this week? I wonder.
Well, let's start with some interesting stuff. Okay, I need to do something here. Just bear with me because I need to get this right. It doesn't work otherwise. Here we go. I know what I'm doing. Right, first of all, let's talk about what I watched today. All right, this is a classic. This is now a classic. It never used to be a classic, but now it is. Okay, you ready? This is what we're going to be talking about. Clicky the button. Shaun of the Dead is a classic. In my mind, this is an absolute classic now. This is several years old. I have watched it multiple times because I happen to think it's a good film. And when
obviously,
when you watch this film the first time, basically here's the premise of the film. Okay, it's got zombies in it, but It's what happens to normal people if the zombies attacked. We're not talking like Brad Pitt in World War Z, where he takes on the whole world and he flies a jumbo jet to Ireland to get the cure. And no. This is about a normal bloke who just wants to save his girlfriend, get to the pub, and just get safe. Easy.
Right.
And
okay, so this is like the zombies down the street in the old village.
Well, you may notice it's a clever play of words. You're familiar with Dawn of the Dead, obviously, and of course this is Shaun of the Dead. But anyway, basically the bottom line is it's all about Shaun and his friends and them just trying to survive the zombie apocalypse, and he does. Hooray!
And where does this take place?
In good old Blighty, in Ingerland, in London.
Ingerland, cool.
And to be more specific, in the Winchester pub. And for
all right.
And for those of you that know, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. But Maz, if you've not caught this, and I'm very surprised you don't know, if in this case, do look this one up. It's a comedy. It's a light-hearted way of looking at what would happen if zombies attack. Remember, in my local council, we do actually have the contingency plan should that happen.
Dude, you got to get me the manual for that.
I've got to tell you, every time I get my yearly bill for the local council tax, and they say it's gone up by another £23, and you're like, what am I paying for? You're paying for the zombie contingency plan, and I sleep a little bit softer. I got to be honest with you, a little bit softer, knowing that my local authority are looking after me. Anyway, I watched that today in installments and 2 halves. It's just one of those films. It's really cool to watch. If you've not,
it sounds very familiar, the name, but again, the Dawn of the Dead and the general classic genre of the zombification films.
Yeah.
Which I forgot there was an absolutely stunning English one with the aliens that made the zombies. But yeah, I like the classic horror genre, and if it's comedy, I will put it on the list to download and definitely give it some time one day.
If you have not, I mean, I am so surprised that you haven't, to be totally honest with you.
I will be surprised when I see it. I'll be like, oh, I remember this.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
I'd like to think so, but if not, hey, this is why we have these conversations, so that people can go, hey, I don't know what that is. Let's go and watch that and see whether it's any good or not.
Listen, your suggestions haven't been bad yet. Well, except that cartoon thing of the boys kind of thing. That was kind of a bit on the cheesy side, but good movies. Good movies.
It does the job. It does the job. So I suppose the real question that we need to ask ourselves now is...
when are you getting to Batman?
When am I getting to Batman? Actually, do you know I've done that? But first of all, do you like basketball?
I knew you were up to something.
Because if you like basketball, I've got a bit of a surprise for you. So Netflix have recently just added to their roster a film called Hustle. Not this one from 1975, starring Burt Reynolds and Catherine Deneuve.
This is what I remember, the Burt Reynolds video, and that was kind of very timely, but I don't know about basketball. No.
So it's the other Hustle. Oh wait, it's not this one either, with Christian Bale and Jennifer Lawrence.
Build it up. You're doing good.
It's actually the Hustle, starring Anne Hathaway and Rebel. No, it's not that Hustle either. It's actually this Hustle, with Adam Sandler. And immediately you go, it's going to be a funny film. You're going to be side splitting and hearing about toilet jokes and watching
Probably not. He looks very overweight and very serious, actually, in the picture.
It's a classic underdog sports story. Let me set the scene for you. And I mean, you could literally insert any sport into this storyline, but it's actually really well done. So we're going to let them get away with it.
Much like the Bad News Bears of the early 70s or something like that kind of story.
Could be. I don't know. Could be. I was thinking more like Rocky, but let's go for this, right? So basically, Adam Sandler plays a guy who is the Scouts. They go around the world and they look up all these players, and he goes to all these big games to find the next NBA basketball-y type thing, and he's not impressed by any of them. But then he finds a side hustle street with some guys just playing for fun. And then this guy who's like 19 foot tall walks out onto the court, and he's like, "Yeah, I play ball." That was my best Spanish accent, by the way. So he picks up this guy up, he brings him back to America, he sells him the dream, he's going to be a great star, and then the club he works for goes, "Nah, we don't like him because his middle name is Bert or something." So now he's got to prove himself in America in this whole sports thing, and of course, you know, Adam Sandler's character completely is in love with him. No, what's the word? Is supportive of his talents, and so he helps train him. Rocky style, and
gotcha.
And then he goes and he has his big chance, but guess what? He blows it, Maz. He blows his big chance because he's got a short fuse. He's got a bad temper, man. He's got to get that temper under control.
He needs more of that wax on, wax off kind of therapy kind of thing.
So then there's an excellent montage of him running up and down this hill several times with Sandler going, "Run faster, bitch," or some words to that effect. I don't know.
Close enough.
Yeah,
mom friendly.
And then basically he says, "You're never going to be any good here." He goes to get back onto a plane. He's just about to get onto a plane, and someone says, "Yes, we're having another last-minute tournament," because that happens, obviously.
always.
And last-minute tournament, he has to go to the court, and he has to stick some balls in the basket. I don't know what the correct sporting term is. But he scores a touchdown several times or something.
Oh, home run.
Yeah, with 14 overs to spare. I don't know. And it all happens in the third centile. And anyway, it's a really good film. If you're into the sports underdog film and you want to see Mr. Sandler playing a really solid straight role, here's some other
14 overs.
Yeah, there's another positive to this. Queen Latifah is in this film. You remember Queen Latifah? She used to be really good. She had a track in the 80s called "Ladies First."
Well, among many.
And then it turned out that she could make more money acting.
She was a better actress than a rapid.
No, let's go with the first one. It sounded better. Yeah, she's a better actress.
Actress. That's what I was gonna say.
She throws axes for a living. She's an actress.
Well, they always say I'm gonna ask
you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Actress.
So yeah, I mean it's a Netflix special, one of those sorts of films that Netflix have put money into. It's like it comes up with goodness, an Adam Sandler film made by Adam Sandler. I've seen a lot of
different Netflix. All of a sudden you see like all these strange names. You're like, I didn't know there was a series called this and that and the other thing. You download it, and one guy he lives in Kuwait and he does a thing about fast cars and it's all in Arabic with no subtitles, and there are people that do series in Norway with no subtitles. It's all Netflix kind of thing, so I would think that's like a multi-world kind of thing. They're like, hey, we want content. If you could do something, let's go.
I've got to tell you though that if you are a basketball fan, obviously they have real legends in there. I can't name any of them, but like Dr. J, whoever he is, and some other tall blokes.
That would be a very old school name.
Yes, he is an old guy.
Julius Irving, the Squeeze, if I'm not mistaken.
Potentially.
He played for New York. That's why I remember the name.
That sounds really familiar. It could be him.
Yes.
I have no idea who the basketball players are. All I can tell you is that it's a really good film. I got sucked into it and I thought, do you know what? This one's worth a mention because I almost didn't. Do you know what put me off? Adam Sandler. It's the fact. I think he's. I think he's funny.
I don't enjoy his comedy
at
all.
I love him. I think he's brilliant. There's a film many years ago. I wish I had the graphic for this now. Many years ago called Mixed Nuts. It's got Steve Martin in it and a very young Adam Sandler. I mean,
I
would have
watched that.
You would definitely,
sure, because it got Steve Martin in it. You gotta love Steve Martin.
You'll remember instantly because you'll have Adam Sandler now. Yeah. He's got a ukulele, and he plays a little song on the ukulele. It's very funny. But that was the first film that I remember seeing him in. He may have done other stuff before then, but to be honest with you, that's the one that I remember.
Well, I do know that Adam Sandler, if I'm not mistaken, started his little journey in comedy in the clubs and on Saturday Night Live, and that's probably where he met Mr. Steve Martin too. Because again, Steve Martin used to be a big one on Saturday Night Live.
Mixed Nuts is a 1994 film. Interestingly enough, but yeah, it's a Christmas film, and it's actually based on a stage.
In 1994.
You missed it. You missed it.
I probably missed it.
Dude, didn't they shoot that in a rec room or something? I mean, is that what?
Dude, not even.
I gotta tell you, if you watch it now, I can tell you why it wasn't shown in there. I'm not going to say it on air, but by all means, do check that one out as well. So sorry,
absolutely.
I've got no graphic for this, but yeah, Mixed Nuts is a great comedy film.
Listen, aside from the graphic that was missing and not like graphics for all the basketball players that you didn't know, dude, this was tight. I approve.
Well, I think it's great, and obviously, as I say, if you do like basketball, that's the film for you. That's what I would say. Yeah, The Hustle.
Or if you want to watch a serious Adam Sandler, I would guess, right?
Yeah. So I just point out the reason I went down a rabbit hole on this, by the way, with the other Hustle films, just to kind of just bring you back a second, is I wanted to make sure people didn't make the mistake and go and look up The Hustle and get disappointed and think Joker's full of shit, or American.
You know how people are.
I do.
They'll
complaining.
Say, yeah.
We watched that American Hustle film, Joker, and there was no basketball in it at all. You lying piece of shit. Is potentially what you may or may not say. And let's be fair, Burt Reynolds.
Can't go wrong with Burt. You can't go wrong.
1975. I'd watch it just because Burt's in it, surely.
Yeah. Get a little bit of history. What was going on in 1975?
Exactly. Anyway, so that is what Joker has been watching this week. So yay!
Excellent.
Now you know.
Excellent.
Now you know. Let's go and find some more music to play, because otherwise it's just dead air, and then people go, "What's going on? Why are we listening to?"
I don't
nothing?
know about dead air. There's always good conversation going on, even over the music sometimes. So yeah, I like that little bit, and fair game on those pictures. Fair game.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, enjoy those recommendations, and actually some of those other films. If you've not watched American Hustle, do check that out as well, because it's actually a really good film. But not what we were talking about today.
True that.
Please stand by.
Dream it. Yes. You killed the boy. You didn't just dream it. Yes. You buried him. Yes. You remember where? Yes. Killed the boy. You didn't just dream it. Yes. You buried him. Yes. You remember where? Yes. Buried him? Yes. You remember where? Yes. Buried him? Yes. You remember where? Yes. Yes. You killed the boy. You didn't just dream it. Yes. You buried him. Yes. You remember where? Yes.
So the 4 Hero remix of Where's the Boy? Who I think, you know the guy who played the main role in UFO? The blonde-haired guy.
Yes, Blondie, yes.
I believe that the sample comes from him. Not necessarily from UFO, but it's just his voice is so distinctive, isn't it? I'm pretty confident that it's him that was sampled from I don't know what. But yeah, there you go.
I will have to listen back and I will hear it more clearly and I will try and hunt that down.
Wonderful. You killed the boy. Yes. You didn't just stream it?
Oh, I know where that comes from. It comes from the UFO.
Oh, it is.
And he was having like bad dreams when his son got run over because his wife let him play down the road and he got run over, something like that. And then he had like really bad flashbacks about that.
There you go. Well, anyway, that's been sampled on that bit. That's well done. See, that those are things. Ed Bishop, thank you, Nail Bomb. That's wow.
Oh, that's the actor's name, Ed Bishop. Cool.
Yes.
Good to know. I call him Blondie.
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 That's, there you go. That's all right, hang on. Let's,
Kill the boy.
Striker. Yeah, that's all I'm good for.
Yeah.
You buried him? Yes. You remember where? Yes.
I love the fact that the guy says yes in the exact same tone every time. You killed him? Yes.
Yes.
You remember where you buried him? Yes. What's the episode of No? Yes.
The confetti check was in. Whoa! Look at that, dude.
Round of applause for Nelbon on the pulse there.
We are worthy. We are worthy. We are worthy.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yes.
That's really cool. But there you go. That's now we know.
Thank you, Nail Bomb.
Anyway, we're done for this evening. Thanks for tuning in and
closing up the shop.
Yeah.
Nail Bomb dropped the mic.
I was gonna drag that out for another 20 minutes of conversation, but yeah, UFO is a fab series. Maz likes to use it as a backbed on his shows, and I must admit, I pinched it as well because I like that music.
Listen, it's absolutely awesome. It fits, it gives you the feel of adventure, and yeah, I like it very much.
Yeah, there's also,
and it was skillfully written too,
but not necessarily skillfully produced. There's still that episode where he goes mental and starts beating people up, and I thought it was a different man, but it turns out it was a stunt double. But they just didn't even bother.
Stunt double.
They didn't even bother to take him out of the frame, did they? It was just kind of, we can't be bothered with that.
The best things that when you're watching these old series is like the continuity fuck ups and the misprint. Oh man, I put like 3 seconds too much of the video on. You could actually see his face.
Yeah,
but
but
this is like the whole wonder of it, you know. It's absolutely the whole wonder of it.
Brilliant. Thank you for that. It is a fab series. We do agree, and that's the thing. We love sci-fi. We love the outlandish stuff, and that's why we talk about TV as well as music when we're on this show. And so,
True that. I wouldn't even call it TV. It's not TV anymore. You know what I mean? It's like it's a different category now. It's either a download or where would you find this on the internet if you don't download it? That's the thing.
Well, Maz, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
I'm glad you asked. Let me help you out here. So if you're looking for some legal streaming services, I can tell you that BritBox has this available on their streaming service. And I know this
really
because
UFO and the 1999 would be also.
Yes, that's on there. Where they start flying the moon across the universe, which the premise of that is amazing. It's what they do. That's literally what they do.
Yes.
What else? There's all of the stuff I like. Blake Seven. All of the original Doctor Who up until the new swanky Doctor Who that started at the turn of this century.
Gotcha.
They've got Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the original series, which if you've got to watch that 42. You know.
Well, yeah, it's available at the click of the fingers. Yeah. I mean, I understand the ways that people get it on the internet. I was just thinking of like legitimate channels still programming this, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, shit, money's money. If it's up for storage, somebody wants to watch it, might as well get the money for it, I guess.
They worked out in the UK that there were a lot of people who wanted to watch this stuff. And so there's a collaboration between the two big channels in the UK of original programming that happened, 70s, 80s, even far back as the 60s. And they had all the really cool stuff on there. They actually had the original Peter Cushing Doctor Who films.
Yes.
As well. And I've got something that just popped into my head there. Do you know they've just re-released these this week in beautiful 4K. They've gone back, got the original film, and they've finally done the right thing, and they've remastered it in 4K.
This was my next question. Are the series and all that stuff really done well, and they've taken it from film and put it into high definition and stuff like that?
Some of it, yes. Some of the Doctor Who stuff is really interesting. So they obviously, the legend of the BBC is that they said, oh, no one's going to ever watch that ever again, and they just threw it away. Just literally threw it away.
That's what they've been saying ever since they've been producing anything. They've always said, who the hell's going to watch this? Here, take a couple of grand, make a series.
And so what's happened with that is that they had the audio, but they didn't actually have any of the original film. So they've actually animated it. They've animated it with the original audio, and they've actually spliced it in between other episodes. It's mind-blowing. It really is.
I could go for that. That sounds very interesting. So work was put in to make it better than the original on a visual basis. Excellent.
Yeah, so they spend a lot of time
at least
doing
you're
that.
Paying for something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Anyway,
right.
What happened is I did my free trial, and I watched all of that, and then unplugged.
I got you, man. I'm ahead of you. Yep. I saved the telephone call. I just click put it in the search box, and poof, there it goes.
There it is. So there you go.
Brilliant. But it's very good that they're legitimate channels to also be able to view. Because if there weren't, then I wouldn't be able to do it my way.
Exactly. You've got to have it both ways, haven't you? Really.
You got to have it available. I agree with you.
So there you are. Anyway, let's let the bass kick, as our good friend Chucky says in this next track.
You're listening to DJ Joker and the
Dun, dun.
I've been listening to completely different music to what you guys are listening to. I've got some back going on in the background.
Completely different.
Yeah. All of that mixing whilst listening to completely different music as well. Anything could have happened
you got
then.
Star Wars going on in your headphones, and I don't give a fuck going on with your hands. I love that, dude. That was awesome. You got to do that again, man.
Do 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 do
What a
do do.
Wiggy, wiggy, wiggy. No, not here.
Dee, 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 dee. Anyway, right, we are back. We are back playing some music there in the mix on the wheels of steel,
In the mix.
on the ones and twos.
With the one and only DJ Joker.
That's very true.
Yes.
So I make it 8:30, which makes it 30 minutes past the hour, which means it's 30 minutes past the hour wherever you are. Why, Maz? Because that's how time works.
Yes. As we have learned, that's how time.
And the crowd goes wild. He hits it over the bleachers. With only 14 overs to go in the fifth down.
There you go. Yeah, home run. I love that sports knowledge, man. That's fucking awesome. I'm pretty much the same way. I just like the way you said it. Especially with the overs. It's like, all right, half the world won't understand that, and the half the world will be like, what is the other stuff he talked about?
Yeah, exactly. It's so complicated, isn't it? Anyway.
Not really. One is cricket, supposedly, and that's very funny.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so time does work like that around the world.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what hour
Around
it
the
is,
world.
the minutes are always the same. Mind blown.
Exactly, except when you're going fast. If you're going faster than us, then please consult us about the laws of physics.
Yes.
We do have an explanation for that, too. And that also generally goes, that's how time works.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Dear, I haven't added any new people to the roster this week. We do have the two leaders of the main political factions in the UK, and of course Lizzie in the middle there.
Queen Lizzie.
I think she should be like a little bit higher up in the grand scheme of things. Whoa, earthquake! Look out! No.
At least bigger, but I don't think this is like a proper platform for a politicking kind of thing. I mean, just saying,
Just people.
But
just people.
You wish they were just people. These are actual criminals that have gotten away with their criminality.
I suppose.
People?
Yes.
People? I don't see no people.
Let's make the queen bigger than everyone. I'm coming to eat you.
Not only that, you should put like little buttons instead of their faces on the queen's dress or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like if you just like crop out their heads and you put them as little pins on the big queen, then you could get like a whole lot of the faces on there. The queen's loyal subjects and prey items. Pretty funny though.
So, Happy Tunes by Soap. That's the last track going on there. These are the
Happy
Sounds...
Bubbles by Soap also.
Yeah, these are the Sounds of House by Hedgehog Affair. I love the names of people in the 90s. They really had it going on, didn't they?
They used to try, yeah. Unlike these Norwegian Slavic names that we don't know.
Exactly.
Is J an H or is it a J?
Yeah, we're Hedgehog Affair. I mean, it does beg more questions like how do hedgehogs have affairs? But,
Well, This we could delve deeper in another episode of Kopimi Radio.
We could indeed. We could discuss the monogamy of hedgehogs.
Or not, monogamy or not, or lack thereof.
Or polygamy
of hedgehogs.
Of hedgehogs, yes.
Yes.
Who knows? Who knows indeed.
Hedgehog parties and the lot.
But we'll probably take the show in another direction in a few minutes' time, because that's how this show works. And I'm gonna have little things with that written on for everything that we do. That's how that works. That's how electricity works. That's how, you know what I mean?
Either that or because we can.
Because we can.
These are our policies. Why? Because we can.
Because we can.
Really? That's how it works.
Yeah.
Policy number 1, policy number 2. That's it.
Yep.
Done deal.
Don't like it? Jog on. Right.
Exactly.
Anyway, enjoy this. I'm going to.
DJ Joker.
We're changing the tone slightly with a little bit of some direct little disco house music. This track is called Church Lady, so I don't know if they're saying you should go to church, lady, or whether it's the lady from the church. It's like, hey, there's the church lady. I don't know.
I would say by the slang would be that church would be the truth lady, and that's probably. But you know, these artists, you never know.
You just don't, do you? And we're back into deadly territory with Dennis Ferrer, with 2 R's and another R and some E's in there.
Nice.
That's how we're going to rock with this. It is 8:46. I'm not going to put the graphic up because we've already done it, which means there's about a quarter of an hour left of the show.
Yes.
So we'll just play some more music, maybe talk and say some funny things, and then bugger off. So strap in, because here we go.
Here we go. Vroom, vroom.
I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me that makes me laugh. Now I'm living in ecstasy. Hey, it's you and the things you do to me that makes me laugh. Now I'm living in ecstasy. I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me that makes me laugh. Now I'm living in ecstasy. Hey, it's you and the things you do to me that makes me laugh. Now I'm living in ecstasy. I'm thinking of you, and I'm thinking of you, and I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you.
Harlem gonna see my name in lights. Oh, let's take it uptown. See name in lights. Heading out to Harlem gonna see my name in lights. Oh, let's take it uptown. See name in lights. Heading out to Harlem gonna see my name in lights. Oh, let's take it uptown. See name in lights.
Oh, good times, good times. Maz is bringing out the old stuff.
There you go. Wonderful sense of humor. Too legit to quit.
Yes, that's when we were doing the JIT, because we were legit.
Yes, legit. Yeah, very well said, sir.
Dear. Anyway, so yeah, we're coming to the end of the show, which means we have to go and bugger off and do other things. And yeah, that'll be that then, because that's how that works.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Pumpkin time, as we call it, because that's how time works.
If you have enjoyed this week's show, do remember to listen next week. Tell your friends so we can have more people.
Absolutely.
Tell them where Discord is and what we do. And we will be back again next week.
Always a pleasure, never a chore.
True that.